Hey YouTube world, yours truly. This time we are back with another Skinfade crop. Welcome to my video. Before I start, I hope you enjoy it. Please subscribe. Let's try and get 200 likes on this video. That'd be great. So guys, straight in with the FX. Coming down, taking that. You see this is quite a low crop. Not taking it too high. We want to keep Ty's hair. He gets his cut. Ty gets his hair cut once a week, so this is just re-going over it. You can see how much regrowth he actually gets in 1 week. It's crazy. We go right bold to the skin. So just taking my details real below the occipital bone and keeping that crown nice and long, and then quite low, just up and around the ears. We're not giving it too much curvature, just an ever so slight bend around the ears. And then shaving Ty's facial hair. Now onto my Brawn Series 5, just to take off the rest of Ty's hair. Because Ty is a weekly customer, we tend not to use the Andis foils. We go over the Brawn Series 5 because he's such a regular. I think if I use the Andis foils on him too much, maybe he might get a bit rashy, or I don't really want to break my foils, so the Bablists are just good for the kind of everyday use. Now going in with my 1.5 guard, closed actually, taking it up just past the temple, just starting to fade that in. As I said, Ty's hair is cut weekly, but that still doesn't stop me from trying to recreate a line, making sure that every hair is off, because you just never ever know. So with my 1.5, then go to my 1 guard, I believe. Now with my 1 guard, I'm just going to repeat exactly the same thing. 1 guard open, and just that very bottom, just coming up and flicking up ever so slightly. Obviously from a 1, from starting off from complete skin to the 1.5, we want to start that blending motion in. So we take it ever so slower, ever so slightly lower, just little bit by little bit. And then with my 1 close, just coming down a little bit lower, still flicking out, making sure I'm flicking out. And then onto my favorite guard, as people know by now. If you watch my videos, you all know what my favorite guard is, the 0.5 open. This is a legitimate guard. It should win an award for guard of the year, guard of the century. It's my favorite guard by far. It really helps me with fading. So yeah, my 0.5 open, just flicking that up, and then my 0.5 close just on them edges, just making sure I'm just dabbling, just still, as you can see, I'm constantly flicking up and out, because I don't want my blend, I don't want to create another line, so then I have to re-go over that line. Now onto my no guard open. And now I am just concentrating on that line, on that shadow, just making sure that is all completely off. Just getting that off. So as you guys know, I am completely back on YouTube now. I've learned how to film a lot easier. I've learned how to edit the films a lot easier. I've also learned how to narrate a lot easier in a lot more comfortable atmosphere. I'm here at home, the wife is upstairs in the bath, the kids are in bed, I'm downstairs in the kitchen with my 2 chihuahuas, and this is placid, it is heaven. I'm a lot more relaxed, I don't feel anxious when, let's say if I'm filming at work and I've got the whole crew sitting there watching me kind of thing. I kind of overcompensate and I joke around a bit too much, as I enjoy doing these videos just here, kind of chatting by myself, knowing that you guys are watching. I find it a lot more comfortable. So repeat exactly the same steps on the second side, but the reason why we do Ty's hair low, now this is the main reason, is Ty has a couple of scratch marks in his hair that we always tend to put in weekly. And so when we do Ty's hair, we have to make sure they're low, because if I come up on a high fade, you would not be able to see them lines, and that's what he wants. He likes the lines, so we try and keep them as thick and as dense as possible, try and keep them nice and in there. In the UK currently at the minute, the crop for the last few years has been absolutely massive. I tell you who I see with a crop. I see J Majors with a crop. That means the Americans, if J Majors got a crop, that means the Americans have started to get it over there. J Majors, last time I saw Jay, had like a side part. Actually, I think he had a shaved head last time I saw him. So seeing him with a crop was, I saw him on the internet the other day, was very, very strange. But if Jay, you're watching, shout out to Jay. He is, he's an absolutely awesome dude. So yeah, J Majors with the crop, busting out the crop, UK style. It was cool to see. And yeah, so tell me whereabouts you are in the world. Tell me what kind of styles are in fashion for you in a minute. I currently have a side part again. Do you know what? I'll flick between a crop, a buzz cut, a side part. I'm not going back to a V cut. And I kind of, about 10 plus years ago, I looked like fat Zac Efron. I had really long hair, so we're never doing that again. Never doing that again. So with my FX, I just literally press down, open up the blade from top. As you can see, I keep my blade still on the bottom and move it slightly down from, so my bottom line is a lot thinner than my top line. And just literally create two lines. Nice and simple. So guys, do you like patterns? Like, what kind of patterns do you guys like? Comment down below, let me know what patterns you guys like. I'll be honest, I like doing patterns. I have a couple of like Nate patterns. Actually, I have quite a lot of patterns that come in and they ask for patterns and stuff. So I don't mind doing patterns. I'm no Rob the original. I can't do a Conor McGregor on the back of someone's head, but I can do lines and swells and stuff like that, which is pretty fun. As you can see, if you look closer, you can see Ty's occipital bone has a slight shadowing because it pops out, and then around the occipital bone you can see that it's completely shadowed. So we have to take our time, make sure that we're stretching the skin, pulling that up, making sure we got the occipital bone and the shadowing around it completely gone. Now, so if you are dealing with quite a protruding occipital bone, that's what I'm going to call it, a protruding occipital bone, then there's a couple of ways that you can deal with this. I tend to stretch the skin, make the client put their head on their kind of chest so it stretches it out. Also making your client's head, keeping their body straight, but making them like put their head on their shoulder. That will stretch the skin sideways and that will get rid of that shadowing, and vice versa, making them look the other side as well. That will constantly stretch that out. So yeah, you've just got to keep putting the client's head down, stretching the skin, and just making sure you slowly get rid of that shadow, because what you don't want to do is you don't want your client's head to be stood up, and then when he walks out of the shop you can see this massive shadowing where you've missed out. So always check that if you've got a kind of protruding occipital bone. Head shapes are a very funny thing. Some people, me personally, I've just got fat rolls, but Ty's quite skinny, so you'll be able to see his occipital bone. What I find is probably for me the hardest cut is kids, like I would say kids who are quite thin, and the back of their neck, right at the bottom, the back of their neck stretches in like a W, and you have to really try and get in that bit. What's your most difficult haircut, would you say? Would you say it's the double crown? Would you say it's the nape swell? What do you guys struggle with the most? For me, I think it's kids like at the back of their neck, that bit, because one, it's hard to get, and two, they're very, very ticklish, or they moan that it hurts, etc, etc. So for me, that's the hardest bit for me. And I'm just chipping into Ty's hair, as I say, cut it weekly, so it doesn't need that much off. Sometimes we'll go a couple of weeks without cutting the top of Ty's hair, and then other weeks we'll give it a really good trim. Today we're literally just chipping into the top, nothing too crazy, and then we're just taking a little bit off of his fringe. Shout out to a Richmond Prez in the background. Everybody likes seeing a Richmond. Oh, look at my messy desk. Oh dear, I shouldn't have filmed this side. Apologies to the messy desk, by the way. Now you're not concentrating on the haircut, you're concentrating on the messy desk. That's what I'm doing. So now just taking my scissors and ever so slightly trimming that fringe, pulling it down and trimming it. Why I like to cut the fringe at very, very last is because it gives the hair a chance to dry, and if I cut the hair straight away while it's soaking wet, the fringes are going to bounce up and it's going to look absolutely terrible. So what I'd say was either don't wet the fringe, comb it down and cut it, or like saturate the hair ever so slightly, and then once you've saturated the hair, I would say like cut the back to front, but do not cut the fringe. And wait till it dries a little bit, even towel dry it just so it's dry slightly. So then we're coming on to our finishing part now. A little bit of mousse. You gotta love a little bit of mousse. There's nothing wrong with mousse. So, and then hairdryer with no diffuser, because Ty has really curly hair naturally. I want to just try and I want it to like wave slightly, as you can see with the brush. I'm just trying to bring them waves out and put a lot more body into his hair. So I'm really enjoying filming at the minute, and if you have stayed till the end, thank you, I appreciate that. Can I just do a few little shout outs while I'm here, while I'm blow drying? There's a few people that will constantly comment on my videos. Every video I do, there's certain people that comment. One of them is, I think she's a woman called Jennifer. She always comments, and I'm blessed that people do comment on my videos, and just, you know, I try and reply to absolutely everyone. So if you do have any comments, just please comment down below, and I'll, even if it's from a previous video that you want to know some stuff about, you want to know about me, or Richmond, anything, if you need to know anything, just comment down below and I will try and get to you. But yeah, big shout out to everyone that does comment, and I appreciate every single one of you, so thank you. So we're stuck in hair powder. If you don't use hair powder, click off my channel. Hair powder is the best thing in the world ever. And we're going to finish off with a little bit of Paul Mitchell hairspray. And yeah, my shark fin comb, or my shark tooth comb, by the way, doing zigzaggedy motions between the hair, really, as you can just see, really brings out that texture. Oh, that's a nice crop. I'm still learning about this bit. I'm getting slower with it. But guys, let me know what you think. Let me know if you liked it. Let me know if you didn't like it. Let me know if you want me to do anything better. Let me know if you want anything that you could learn, or you want me to slow down and go through. I appreciate every single one of you. God bless you all. Thank you for watching.